What if your single greatest problem wasn't the chaos of your life, but the way you greet it each morning? That first hour is not just preparation, it's a declaration of who you are and what you can withstand. How many days begin with a silent groan? The alarm shatters a precious peace, and before your eyes even focus, the mental avalanche starts. Unanswered emails from yesterday, today's looming deadlines, the nagging personal tasks you've pushed aside. It feels like you're starting the race 10 paces behind, already scrambling, already depleted. You've tried planners, you've downloaded apps, you've chugged caffeine, but the underlying current of overwhelm remains because you've been treating the symptom, the busyness, and not the root cause, a mind unprepared for the modern siege. We are sold a powerful, seductive lie that peace and control are commodities you acquire. Get the promotion, buy the thing, achieve the milestone, and then you'll feel calm, you'll feel in command. So you hustle, you grind, you chase. And yet, when you get there, the goalpost moves. The peace remains elusive, always just outside your grasp, tied to the next external condition. It's a treadmill of desire, and you are running harder and harder just to stay in the same anxious place. 2,000 years ago, in the noisy forums of Rome and the porches of Greece, a group of philosophers identified this core human error. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the known world; Seneca, the playwright and advisor to an emperor; Epictetus, the former slave, they all arrived at the same radical conclusion. Our suffering does not come from the events of our lives. It comes from our judgment of those events. The turmoil of the world is not your enemy. Your undisciplined, untrained reaction to it is. Your morning, therefore, is not trivial. It is the training ground. It is where you install the software that will run your entire day. Will it be software of reaction, of fear, of scarcity? Or will it be an operating system of intention, of resilience, of profound inner sovereignty? This is about forging your character before the world has a chance to bend it. What you do consistently in that first quiet hour shapes the person who will face the chaos. It builds the mental armor, piece by piece, day by day. If you're tired of feeling like a leaf in the wind, buffeted by every email, every demand, every minor irritation, if you're ready to build a core of calm that cannot be shaken, then this is your blueprint. We're going to walk through 15 practices, not as a rigid checklist, but as interlocking principles. This is a philosophy for action, a Stoic morning framework designed to transform you from the inside out before you ever engage with the outside world. If you're ready for that level of self-command, hit subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. You're joining a community dedicated to turning wisdom into daily practice. Let's begin the work. First, you must anchor yourself in reality, not in the phantom anxieties of your mind. Before you are a producer, a partner, a parent, or a professional, you are a living being. This is your foundational truth. Practice 1. The primal pause of gratitude. You know the feeling. Consciousness returns, and the mind's projector immediately flashes images of everything that could go wrong, every task left undone. It's a cognitive hijacking. Your first thought sets the hormonal tone for your entire system, flooding you with cortisol, priming you for threat. What if you could intercept that hijacking? What if your first conscious act was not one of defense, but of profound recognition? This is the Stoic power of gratitude, but not the vague, sentimental kind. This is strategic, tactical gratitude. Before your feet touch the floor, before you even open your eyes, lie still for 10 seconds. In that silence, find one undeniable fact. You are breathing. Your heart is beating. You have been given the staggering gift of another 24 hours. That is not a given. As you breathe in, mentally acknowledge, I am here. Marcus Aurelius began his private journal, now known as Meditations, with reminders to himself. When you arise in the morning, he wrote, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. He wasn't writing affirmations. He was conducting a mental audit of reality, steering his focus away from what he lacked and towards the fundamental gift he could never control: life itself. Gratitude is the act of planting your flag on the solid ground of what is before your fears drag you into the quicksand of what if. This practice does something neurologically powerful. It shifts your brain from a scarcity loop to an abundance loop. It tells your primal amygdala, we are safe, we have something. From that place of foundational safety, you can build. You are no longer building your day on the shaky foundation of worry, but on the bedrock of a simple, unassailable fact. You are alive to meet this day. It takes 10 seconds. It costs nothing, and it changes everything. Practice 2, hydration as an act of command. Your body has undergone a nightly fast. For hours it has been repairing, restoring, cleansing, all without water. Its first, most primal need is not caffeine, it is clarity, water. But we must reframe this utterly simple act. Drinking that first glass is not just hydration. It is your first conscious physical act of self-governance for the day. In a world of overwhelming complexity, here is a binary choice you control completely. You will nourish the vessel, or you will neglect it. When you stand at the sink and drink a full glass with intention, feeling the coolness, swallowing deliberately, you are performing a ritual of self-respect. You are telling your entire organism, I am in charge. I choose to care for this system. The Stoics, obsessed over the dichotomy of control. What is within my power? My judgments, my impulses, my actions. Hydration is a pure, unambiguous action within your power. It is the most basic form of self-mastery. The physiological effects are immediate. It kickstarts metabolism, flushes toxins, hydrates your brain to clear the sleep fog. But the psychological effect is deeper. You have begun the day not by reacting to a notification, but by initiating a nourishing command. You are the commander, tending to your troops before the battle. This small, repeated victory builds a subconscious narrative. I am someone who takes care of what is mine. Practice 3. Movement, awakening the instrument. The Stoics were not disembodied minds. Marcus Aurelius participated in rigorous physical training. Seneca wrote of the importance of exercise to rouse the spirit. Epictetus, the former slave, declared, "You are a little soul carrying around a corpse." He meant it not as an insult, but as a call to respect the body as the essential vehicle for the mind. You cannot cultivate a resilient, disciplined mind inside a neglected, stagnant body. The two are in constant dialogue. A stiff, sluggish body whispers to the mind, "We are lethargic, we are weak." An activated, flowing body announces, "We are alive, we are capable." This is not about a 60-minute gym session. That expectation is often the barrier. This is about a 5-minute dialogue with your physical self. It is about signaling readiness. The goal is not fitness, it is activation. Stand up. Reach your arms to the ceiling until you feel the stretch along your sides. Roll your shoulders. Do 10 bodyweight squats, feeling your legs engage. Take 30 seconds in a simple forward fold. If you can, do 5 push-ups, even from your knees. The form doesn't matter, the effort does. You are not working out, you are waking up the instrument. You are getting blood to flow, oxygenating the brain, releasing endorphins. You are literally shaking off the inertia of sleep and announcing to your nervous system, the day of action has begun. This small ritual bridges the gap between the quiet of your mind and the demands of the world. It turns intention into kinetic energy. Movement is the mind's first irrevocable commitment to the day. The world is not neutral. It is an active agent of distraction, designed to capture your attention from the moment you log on. Your peace is not a default state. It is a fortress you must actively defend. Your morning is the time to build the walls. Practice 4, the sacred silence. Imagine the most valuable real estate in the world. It's not in London or New York. It is the space between your ears, your attention. And from the moment you unlock your phone, 1,000 corporations with brilliant engineers are waging a silent war to colonize it. They want to plant their flags before you've even decided what you want to think about. The Stoic defense is radical and simple. Create a cordoned zone. Give yourself 30 minutes, just 30, where you forbid all external input. No phone, no news, no podcasts, no checking email. This is not a luxury. This is defensive mental hygiene. In this silence, something miraculous happens. The mental static begins to settle. Your own thoughts, your own priorities, which were drowned out by the digital noise, begin to surface. This is where you reconnect with your own inner compass. Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." In the sacred silence, you examine those views on your own terms. You ask yourself, what is important to me today? Not to my boss, not to my inbox, but to me. This practice builds what psychologists call cognitive immunity. By starting your day with your own thoughts, you build a resistance to the reactive impulses that the world will later try to trigger in you. You become harder to manipulate, harder to fluster. You've had your council of war in private before stepping onto the public battlefield. Practice 5, Memento Mori, the focusing lens. Now we go deeper. We confront the ultimate Stoic tool for prioritization and peace, the remembrance of mortality. Memento Mori, remember you must die. This sounds dark, even morbid, but for the Stoic, it was the ultimate liberation. It is the intellectual tool that vaporizes trivia. Your life is astonishingly brief. The average human gets about 4,000 weeks. Look at a calendar, visualize 4,000 boxes, and then look at how many you've already checked off. When you hold this truth, not as a morbid fear, but as a clarifying fact, everything shifts. That rude comment from a colleague, the minor inconvenience, the obsession with a trivial mistake, seen through the lens of mortality, these things lose their power. They shrink to their true, insignificant size. The central, urgent question emerges: is this how I want to spend one of my precious, irreplaceable weeks? Is this worry worthy of my limited breath? This morning reflection is not about paralysis. It's about fierce, loving focus. It forces you to identify what is essential. It gives you the courage to say no to the unimportant and the draining. It infuses the things you choose to do with greater presence and meaning. Drinking your coffee becomes a sensory experience. Talking to your child becomes a sacred interaction because you are viscerally aware this is not a rehearsal. This is the fleeting, beautiful performance. Practice 6, the victory of order, making your bed. From the profound, we return to the profoundly simple. Make your bed. Do it neatly, with care. Admiral William H. McRaven, in his famous speech, said it starts your day with a completed task. The Stoic reason goes further. This is an act of bringing order to a small corner of your world. You cannot control the stock market, the traffic, or other people's actions, but you can control this 1 square meter of space. In completing this tiny, mundane act of discipline, you accomplish several things. First, you secure an immediate victory. You have exercised your will successfully. Second, you create a visual cue of order that your mind absorbs. A made bed signals a mind that is capable of organization. Third, and most stoically, you practice the virtue of taking care of what is yours. You honor your environment. This minute-long practice is a keystone habit. It sets a precedent. It whispers to your subconscious, I am a person who finishes things. I am a person who creates order. When you return to that room at night, you return to a space of calm and completion, a small sanctuary you built for yourself. It is a daily physical metaphor for the internal order you are striving to create. With your foundation set and your perimeter defended, you now have the clarity to choose. A day without conscious direction is a day where you will be directed by others. Now you decide how you will see the world. Practice 7, setting your virtue intention. Most of us set task intentions. I intend to finish that report. The Stoics set virtue intentions. The task is external and often outside your full control. The virtue is internal and always within your command. So ask yourself, what quality do I want to embody today? Patience, courage, integrity, equanimity. Choose one, just one. Write it on a note card or repeat it to yourself. Today, I will practice patience. This is not a goal to achieve by evening. It is a lens through which to view every event. Now, your entire day becomes a training ground for that virtue. When you're stuck in traffic, it's not an annoyance. It's a drill for patience. When you have to give difficult feedback, it's not a stressor. It's an arena for courage. When you're tempted to cut a corner, it's a test of integrity. Your intention becomes your inner coach. In the heat of the moment, you can ask, what would a patient person do right now? This simple question creates a crucial pause, a space between stimulus and reaction where your better self can step in. Marcus Aurelius filled his meditations with such directives to himself. Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. But I myself cannot be angry with my fellow creatures. He was setting his virtue intention for the day ahead. He was choosing his lens before the world tried to force its lens upon him. Practice 8, mindful nourishment, breakfast as meditation. We have turned eating into a multitasking chore. We shovel fuel while scrolling, planning, or worrying. We are disconnected from one of life's most fundamental pleasures and acts of self-care. The Stoic practice is to reclaim it. Turn your breakfast, even if it's just a piece of toast and some fruit, into a 5-minute meditation in mindfulness. Sit down. Put your phone in another room. Look at your food. Notice its color, its texture. Smell it. Take a bite and actually taste it. Chew slowly. Feel the act of nourishment. This does 3 things. First, it calms your nervous system, starting your digestion properly. Second, it cultivates gratitude for the simple abundance before you. Third, and most importantly, it trains your attention muscle. It is a masterclass in focusing on one thing, in being fully present in a simple act. If you can learn to be present with your oatmeal, you can learn to be present in a difficult conversation. You are practicing the skill of single tasking, of deep engagement, which is the antithesis of the fractured, distracted mind the modern world cultivates. Practice 9, breath as the anchor. Your breath is the only physiological process that is both automatic and under your voluntary control. It is the direct dial to your nervous system. The Stoics knew this. In moments of rising panic or anger, they would return to their breath to regain their center. Incorporate a 2-minute breathing practice. The 4-7-8 method is powerful. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 7, exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8. Do this for just 4 cycles. This is not relaxation. This is active physiology management. The extended exhale triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest response. It lowers your heart rate and blood pressure. It signals safety to your body. You are, quite literally, manually shifting your state from react to respond. By making this a morning practice, you strengthen this neural pathway. You are teaching your body that you can access calm on command. Then, when your boss surprises you with an urgent request or you get frustrating news, you have a pre-installed tool. You can take one deep, conscious breath and find that space of clarity before you speak or act. That space is where your power lives. Now, with a clear mind and a chosen lens, you prepare for the specific challenges of the day ahead. You move from general principles to specific application. Practice 10, feeding the mind with wisdom. Before you consume the world's chaos, intentionally feed your mind something substantial. Read for 10 minutes, but read with purpose. This isn't about news or entertainment. It's about wisdom literature. Read a page from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Read a letter from Seneca. Read a passage from a modern philosopher or psychologist writing about resilience. The content is less important than the quality. It should be ideas that fortify you, that challenge your thinking, that connect you to timeless human truths. Seneca began each day with reading and reflection. He called it taking nourishment for the soul. You are doing the same. You are choosing the seeds that will be planted in the fertile soil of your morning mind. You are arming yourself with quotes, concepts, and perspectives that you can recall later when you face difficulty. You are building an inner library of strength to draw upon. When the world shouts its fears and trivialities at you, you will have a quiet, steady voice of wisdom already whispering in your ear. Practice 11, visualizing the day, premeditatio malorum. This is one of the most powerful and distinctly Stoic practices, the premeditation of evils. It is not pessimism, it is preparedness. Sit quietly for 3 minutes. Close your eyes. Now, mentally walk through your key appointments and tasks for the day. Identify the points of potential friction, the meeting that could get tense, the difficult conversation you've been avoiding, the complex task where you might get stuck. Now, here is the crucial shift. Visualize these challenges happening, and visualize yourself handling them with the virtue you chose earlier. See the person getting frustrated in the meeting, and see yourself responding with patience and calm questions. Feel the anxiety of the difficult conversation, and see yourself speaking with courage and clarity. Experience the frustration of the stuck task, and see yourself applying focused perseverance. By mentally rehearsing the challenge and your ideal response, you accomplish 2 things. First, you reduce the fear of the unknown. The event loses its power to shock you because you've already faced it in your mind. Second, and more importantly, you create a neural blueprint for the response you want. When the real event occurs, your brain has a pre-existing pathway to follow. It's like a fire drill for your character. You don't hope to act with virtue, you have already practiced it. Practice 12, embracing voluntary discomfort. The final piece of preparation is to inoculate yourself against the day's inevitable irritations and pains. How? By voluntarily choosing a small dose of discomfort. This is Stoic vaccination. Take a 60-second cold shower at the end of your normal shower. Skip your second coffee. Walk a longer route in the cold. Do a set of an exercise you dislike. The point is not the act itself. The point is the conscious decision to endure something mildly unpleasant that you control. In doing so, you prove something fundamental to yourself. I am tougher than my cravings. My comfort is not my master. When you then face an involuntary discomfort later, a delayed flight, a critical comment, a tedious chore, you have a recent memory of successfully choosing discomfort. It changes your relationship to it. The involuntary discomfort feels less like a personal offense and more like just another wave to navigate. You have built resilience. The Stoics like Musonius Rufus taught that practicing poverty, cold, and hunger voluntarily made one immune to the fear of them. You are practicing the same principle on a micro scale. The final practices are about capturing the wisdom of the morning and setting the stage for continued growth. Practice 13, the Clarity Journal. For 5 minutes, write, but don't diary, don't just list events. Use your journal as a cognitive dump and a philosophical whetstone. Write down the swirling thoughts still in your head to get them out. Write one thing you're grateful for from the morning practice itself. Write your chosen virtue intention again to cement it. You can even write a sentence responding to Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, applying their wisdom to your upcoming day. The act of writing forces clarity. It takes vague anxiety and gives it shape, often revealing it to be smaller and more manageable on the page. It externalizes your inner world. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations was his private journal, a conversation with himself to reinforce his principles and untangle his impressions. Your journal is your own meditations, your own tool for self-guidance. It turns your morning from a series of actions into a coherent narrative of growth. Practice 14, celebrating the small win. As you finish your morning ritual, pause. Acknowledge one thing you did well. It could be as simple as, I got out of bed when the alarm went off, or I drank my water with intention, or I completed my breathing exercise. Acknowledge it internally. Give yourself a mental nod. This is critical. Stoicism is about progress, not perfection. If you only measure yourself against an ideal, you will always fall short and become discouraged. By consciously noting the small victory, you reinforce the positive behavior. You build momentum. You wire your brain to associate the morning routine with a sense of accomplishment, not just obligation. Progress is measured in inches, not miles. Honor the inch you moved today. Practice 15, the carrying phrase. Select a short phrase, a mantra from your morning that you can carry with you. It could be your virtue intention, patience. It could be from your reading, the obstacle is the way. It could be your own, I am building my citadel. This phrase is your touchstone. Write it on your hand, put it in your phone notes, repeat it to yourself as you commute. When the chaos hits at 2 p.m., you can recall it. It serves as an instant anchor, pulling you back to the centered, intentional person you cultivated in the morning quiet. It bridges the gap between your peaceful preparation and the messy reality of the day. This is the complete architecture. This is how you build a day that cannot be broken by external events, because you have built it from the inside. You have anchored yourself in reality, fortified your mind, chosen your lens, rehearsed for challenges, and integrated the lessons. Your morning, executed with this Stoic framework, ceases to be a mundane routine. It becomes a daily revolution. It is the quiet, powerful act of taking back authorship of your life. You are no longer a character written by your circumstances, your boss, or your inbox. You are the author. You are forging the character, in both senses of the word, who will walk out the door and meet the world not with fear, but with grounded, resilient strength. The world will throw its chaos at you regardless. That is its nature. Your power was never to stop the storm. Your power, as the Stoics taught, is to build an inner citadel so strong that no storm can shake what resides within it. That construction project begins anew each morning. The tools are now in your hands. Start tomorrow. Build your day. Build your character. Build your unshakable life. If this blueprint makes sense to you, please like this video. It supports this channel immensely in sharing these ideas, and subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery for weekly, in-depth guidance on applying these ancient principles to your modern life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 15 practices feels most essential to your life right now? Let me know in the comments below.